All right, welcome back. Segment 2, the Big and Tall Movie Review Show. We're going to get into some more newer release films. This one just hit theaters. I think Big Red's going to break it down for us. The Hangover Part 3, rated R, 100 minutes. Todd Phillips is back directing, Bradley Cooper, Ed Helms, Zach Galifianakis. Really thought this story was good the first time, just kind of a fun movie. It's kind of gone on and on. Could you tell us more about The Hangover Part 3, Big Red?
Sure.
I don't want to set you up, but I mean, it's kind of a...
One of the complaints people had about Part 2 with that it was a carbon copy of Part 1. Well, they do go in a different direction, this one, and unfortunately, it's not a real great direction to go in.
Yeah.
Instead of them getting hungover and losing one of their buddies, this time they are taking Galifianakis to a health facility, and
where he's got to lose weight, where it kind of all gets.
No, for his mental issues.
Oh, mental issues.
Yes. So they get kidnapped, or they get pulled over by John Goodman and his thugs. They kidnap Doug at gunpoint and say, "We need you to go find Chow." There's not much humor in that situation of your friend being held at gunpoint and threatened with death.
Yeah.
So then, of course, the gang goes off and...
But hey, they're a wolf pack, though, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack.
Yeah, well...
What?
Apparently,
but Psycho John Goodman, that can't be all bad.
I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack.
But I mean, that I thought that sounded at least somewhat interesting, but
it's not.
It's not.
No, in fact, Goodman was about one of the few people in the film who actually acted like he gave a crap he was in this movie.
Oh, okay.
If you go to the dictionary and look up the words "contractually obligated," you'll see a picture of Bradley Cooper and Ed Helms.
Yeah,
because I think
sleeping through
that was the only reason. Yeah, one of the funnier parts.
Cooper just got nominated for an Oscar. He's done with this crap.
Yeah, one of the funnier aspects of the first two movies were the things that happened to Ed Helms' character.
Yeah.
And this, Ed Helms basically just stands around and screams.
Get out of the way!
Yeah, or what's going on? This is nuts, But at least that's more than Bradley Cooper just standing there and really doing nothing.
Yeah.
The problem with this film, it relies a lot on the humor of Zach Galifianakis and Ken Jeong as Chow, who... both are better off in small doses.
Yeah, Ken Jeong, it's like, hot sauce. He's okay a little bit, but you give him too much room. I thought he was actually pretty good in the second one. That was my favorite part of the second one. But this
one's just a little over the top. It's they end up back in Vegas, and at least there we get to revisit Heather Graham, who apparently does not age. She still looking good.
Yeah, well, that's one good thing to think about it. So.
Yeah, we get to see Heather Graham and baby Carlos.
So I got a question though. I'm looking here at the poster for this film, and so what? Ed Helms' character, no tribal Mike Tyson tattoo?
No, he had it removed.
He had it removed.
That was actually one of the funnier jokes at the beginning. Was probably one of the few times I laughed out loud at the beginning of the movie is when they joke about the tattoo, and Bradley Cooper says, "Did you ever get tested, for that ink that got inside of you? If you saw the second one, you'll know what he's referring to." And I laughed at that, and then
he didn't laugh much.
Pretty much not. The funniest scene in the movie takes place in the credits.
Well, that's always good.
Yes, that's.
I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how you can have a movie called The Hangover where nobody's hungover.
Yeah.
Again, until the end credits, then we actually kind of have a scene similar to the other movies, which what happens to Ed Helms in that is funny.
I'm kind of curious where Galifianakis is going with this, because he really, the first one, his career kind of exploded, and then, he had the movie offers due date. Things were rolling for him. He did the, Will Ferrell movie.
Well, he's actually been in movies for almost...
Oh, I know, but as far as his overall popularity, I thought that,
Yeah, that's just the sad thing, that when you Because I wasn't particularly in love with the Hangover franchise, and watch a comedian that I was kind of a fan of just blow up in a way that I think is semi-horrible.
Well, yeah. I mean, I thought he was really good in the first.
Pack guy.
There's one movie.
Well, like 6 comedy specials on Showtime before he started doing these horrible movies.
There's one movie he did, and I'm trying to think. I think it's called It's Kind of a True Story, or kind of a
where he's in the
mental institution,
ward,
but he doesn't. It's
kind of a funny story.
Yes, and it was nice because he wasn't doing his normal kind of what he does. He
just say shocking.
Things. And I thought it was nice. That was one of his better performances.
I enjoyed him in the campaign, and I liked him in. I liked his stuff, the Funny or Die stuff. And
the Funny or Die stuff was great.
Really good.
Between Two Ferns, yes.
Yeah, he's. I mean,
yeah. But again, I think he's one of those characters that works better as a supporting in smaller doses. And here he's carrying
the movie, and he knows it. I mean, they know it. Yeah. He knows.
One thing that I really liked of his was the Comedians of Comedy bit that he did with Brian Posehn and Maria Bamford and Patton Oswalt, where they were touring around. It was kind of film documentary style, but spliced clips of all of their shows together.
Yeah.
But they're all getting paid. How many cans would you give this one then, if you're going to wrap up the Hangover trilogy?
I am giving this one falls into megaturd territory, and I've got to go 1 can.
Oh wow!
There was a couple real good laughs, one at the beginning and one towards the end. That's it.
Yeah,
I mean, this movie's not funny. It's very dark. 1 can.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what Todd Phillips is going to do. He's always been one of my favorites, but doesn't look like he's got a whole lot scheduled. I guess he did do the Due Date film too.
Yeah,
which came over. Yeah, not so good either.
I wasn't a fan.
No, I'm not sure what there, but all right. Ooh. Speaking of 2 cans, is that right? Is that what you said?
1 can.
1 can. Not good.
Speaking of sequels.
Yeah, so we're going to move on to the next film we're going to talk about here. Big Red's going to break down Fast and Furious 6, which forgive me, anybody out there, but I am just not real familiar with this franchise at all.
I saw 1 through 3, and then I gave up on it.
But I understand the appeal of it a little bit, I think. And so, this has got Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, all in this. I'm sure it did well at the box office.
Oh, yeah, it did real well.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it was Universal's biggest opening movie ever.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, and I've seen 1. Then I was 5 and 6. I mean, I wasn't real. 1 was okay. I kind of got back into it when they cast The Rock in it, being a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And I thought 5 was really good, and this is kind of picks up on that story and expands on it. It has some great car chase scenes, which of course in a movie like this
you better expect it to be.
And I'm a sucker for a good car chase.
Yeah.
And this has several in it. The cast in this, the Hangover, those guys look like they didn't want to be here. The big cast in this really interacts well. They have a good chemistry, and that helps carry things along.
That's good.
This movie had more laughs than The Hangover.
Yeah, I could actually see that.
So, like I said, it's not anything. This isn't a classic piece of cinema, but it's fun.
Yeah.
You'll definitely have fun when you're sitting there watching this. The audience really responded well to it.
Yeah,
the screening I saw.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel, not the greatest actor in the world, but he fits well into these, and him and The Rock
I'm sure The Rock.
Him and The Rock are good together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like I said, and they do a great job of setting next one.
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
And I've always been kind of curious. This Paul Walker, has he done anything really much besides this? I mean, he's kind of been the staple franchise guy. His Diesel's left, hadn't he? And then Walker carried it for
Walker,
one movie.
No, I think Walker kind of left too. I think the Tokyo Drift movie. I don't think either one of them were in that.
I think Diesel had a cameo in the last few seconds of that one, if I remember.
Yeah,
correctly,
but I think Paul Walker. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think Diesel and Walker have been in most of them together.
Mm-hmm.
So. But yeah, this one brings back a lot of the players from all the movies, and like I said, I haven't seen 2 through 4, but I didn't Lost, and it was entertained. Maybe I saw this a day after The Hangover, so maybe I was looking to be entertained.
After,
but
yeah,
I mean, I would give the Fast and Furious 6 a very solid four cans.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, I was entertained. It wasn't anything great. It was, but.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that about the cast seeming like they're having fun on the movie because I'm sure the Hangover paychecks were quite large compared to the Fast and Furious 6 paychecks.
Well, and this cast is a very big cast. It has a good.
It's quite an ensemble.
It has a good villain. It has, it has everything you'd want. Like I said, the interplay between the cast is really good, and that helps makes up. The story was a little. The guy's trying to steal this thing, and somebody we thought was dead wasn't, and kind of soap opera at times in a few of the aspects, but
it wasn't like stale or anything.
No, the stunt work was very good. Now,
well, I'm sure there's a lot of CGI combined normal stunt work with CGI.
Yeah, that was good because I didn't really notice a whole lot, especially in the car scenes and all of. Didn't really notice
tight.
The CGI. I thought they did a real good job with it. So. Like I said, it's
it's always nice when they mix at least a little bit of the physical stunt work.
Yeah, so I would definitely go 4 cans. I mean, it's entertaining. Not nothing great, nothing, but
it was as advertised.
Yeah, you'll get your money's. You'll get what you were expecting with it.
Well, that's good to hear.
All right. So Dwayne Johnson had that, and G.I. Joe, he's doing all right this summer.
And Pain and Gain too.
I forgot about that one. Yes, he's in that one as well. Marky Mark. All right, well, I guess we're going to wrap up this segment and move on to our final segment. We're going to discuss DVD and Blu-ray releases that we have seen, and maybe break those down. Some movies that made no money at the box office, but we feel are still worth checking out on the DVD Blu-ray format. All righty, we'll be right back with our third segment of the Big and Tall Movie Review Show.